Let's see if we can do this a little better this time. I want to help you create this action. So let's do it together. I'm going to throw away this action and come back in the history to the open state. You notice I have revert here instead of all my steps because I messed up. What a shock. All right, so we have our original image. You can work along with this. I'll provide this starter file. It's a DNG that when you open, it launches in Camera Raw. Just open the image in Photoshop and you will have this image sitting here with a locked background layer. So to make the action, hopefully you worked along with the prior videos, is you go ahead and click on this folder in order to create a new action set. And then name it 5,000 pixel textures. Now, I know this was called 5K in the last video. I started thinking 4K and 5K are terms that are used for monitor resolution, and maybe that's a really bad idea to use those terms for something completely different, which is a 5,000 by 5,000 square texture. So we have our action set, our folder named. Go ahead and click on the new action and name it something clever like 5000 px starter, because what this is in actuality is a starter file from which we'll generate textures. And now we're recording. So the steps I'd like you to do is we need to unlock the background layer. We're going to rename the background layer 5000 pixel original, and right now it's not 5,000 pixels. So what we need to do is do just that. Image size, Option Command I. I don't come up here, okay? Memorize this because you use image size all the time, Option Command I. Make sure that you unlink the width and height and change the width and height to 5,000 by 5,000 at 300. With resample on, we have to resample these pixels, and yes, we are actually squishing the width. We're making it thinner than it was and stretching the height, which is normally a terrible thing to do. But for our texture, it is just fine because we're not really working with anything recognizable. And that's the beauty of what we're doing here. Now, we need to convert this layer to a smart object and then add our Camera Raw filter under Filter, Camera Raw, and make no changes whatsoever because we aren't making this action for this image. We're making it for any image we can use as a texture. And we can come back to this. We will come back to this because it's, well, we'll get to that. And then the final step is just 4 adjustment layers. And first up is black and white. And like I said, this is the most boring black and white possible. We'll go ahead and accept that because we're going to change it after the fact. Then our levels, which will accept the default here as well. Head back to adjustments, then threshold. We'll talk about this later, but for right now, turn the eyeball off on threshold and then come back to adjustments, and the final adjustment is invert. And we will have black on white and white on black, but not necessarily the exact same image. That's why I'm so excited about this, and I forgot to turn that eyeball off because we don't want that visible. We have lots of creative opportunities here just waiting for us. Also, what's waiting for us is this stop button. Have we done everything right? I sure hope so. And if I did something wrong, you can edit these actions. You can click on a step and click on record and add something else at this point. Actions are wonderful. They're very flexible, and this 5,000 pixel starter file opens a great big door, and we have lots of places to explore from this point forward.